Alright folks, welcome to another league with this Simian list. I only made one change to the list from the previous league that you can find on my YouTube channel as well, and that one change was cutting the Radiant Fountain from the sideboard, which I thought was a little bit redundant and unnecessary, and playing a Field of the Dead in this instead, because we cannot beat Aethergust, so we have to play cards that actually do beat Aethergust, like this. Tenorca! No Vile, but I'm back anyhow. Thanks, Tenorca, appreciate it. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Hell yeah. Thank you for the support. Yeah, by the way, the reason why I'm streaming this list today is because Big JC actually top-rated last weekend's challenge with this list. I guess this list minus a Radiant, plus Radiant Fountain minus the second field in the sideboard. And he's gonna be a guest in this week's Titan Talk podcast. So you can check out the Titan Talk podcast there. What do we do with this? We ship it. That's what we do with this. What do we do with this? We keep it. That's what we do with this. Probably bottom this. Yes. It's kind of a slow draw, but we have a Titan and we have like ways of keeping up. So, and if we find any untapped resources, then we're gonna be in really good shape. Untap G, untap G, untap G. Nope, that's okay. Be careful, there's a guy going around, trade spamming MD streamers opponents, shout down Numot, Spike, and Jim already. That's brutal. I mean, is there anything that I can do? I don't think there's anything that I can do. Like, I just... Yeah, for those of you that want to be, you know, that want to be safe from this, the way to do it is you want to go to settings over here, and where it says in your options you have trade requests and you need to do allow only buddies. Same thing with chat requests. Okay, let's take Goiful. So we're gonna name Beast here, playing against black green. Or is this John but playing Blood Moons? Could be either or. And also, thank you for that follow. Sorry, I missed it right there. Happy Boar from M21. Okay, so we bounce. Whoops, we must play this, bounce this. We still have a land drop, so I guess we're gonna play the Gruul Turf. This allows me to Empath plus Explore next turn. Sounds good. Could cover up opponent's name. Oh, I play my land already, that's true. Never mind. Cover up opponent's name. Yes, but the problem with that is like, so I would need to have a cover here. I would need to have a cover here. I would need to have a cover here, and also, well, I guess here is not a problem. But there's also the problem, the issue that this is interesting. Yeah, the top part is fine. But there's also like whenever I target something, it's gonna show up. Like it shows up so many places. What am I supposed to do here? I think I'm gonna pitch the Cavern. Hey, we get to block the goal if that's cute. But I'm gonna explore here. Oof, that's sick. So sick. Yeah. So I'm just gonna play around Inquisition by this also plays around call against. I guess we cannot really play around call against command, can we? But this plays around Inquisition nicely. And we have Titan Mana next turn regardless. Okay, so this is nice because this gives me more information, right? Okay, so my opponent's not gonna be able to answer my Titan. Soares Raphael. Thank you for that follow. Gonna have to pitch a Titan to this. Oh, wow. Really? That's kind of insane. Bob in this economy? Yeah, for real, right? Definitely no blocks here because this protects me from another Lydiana off the top. Castle seems better. So let's do castle. Oh, actually this game is just over. Never mind, because we're gonna get field going here. We are just done. So Teleria West. Yeah, we have 4 lands. Battlements, T West. Hey, it's this guy. Where's literally game 1 John? I don't know. Battlements, yeah, no, it's kind of awkward, but do we even care about the Liliana anymore? Or should I just go face? Yeah, I guess we play around Maelstrom pools by killing Lily. How did we do last league? We started 4-0 and then we lost to Aethergust. Like we had no chance ever to beat the Aethergust. Never a shot to beat Aethergust. Battle mints. Oh yeah. When you go into battle, you always have to stay fresh. So, you know, you need those battle mints. Today I lost to a Titan player who kept a 7 without Titan and with only 2 lands. It was sad, brutal. What was their hand? Like, what did they keep? Like, I very often keep hands without a Titan, but like, those hands have Titan mana in them. So we can probably confirm that opponent is not familiar with the matchup. We can probably confirm that opponent is not particularly familiar with the matchup. Which can happen. Which can happen. Like, it's not like AmuLIT is that popular nowadays. One, two. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Transmute for Dryad, cast Dryad, attack lethal. Sweet. Asusa, Bog, Forest, 2 Steering, Strive Scout. Yeah, that's kind of sketchy. More Titans, yay. Okay, so, oh, actually we misclicked there. I guess it doesn't really matter. So this is going to be a lethal attack. Semi-growth chamber, Teleria. Transmute. Alright, so Jando, Field, Relic, Trackers, Baloth, Explosives. Cut those, cut that one, cut these. And get one of those. Yeah, for those of you wondering why the hand that Magus is talking about is not a keep on 7 cards, it's because even if you hit, it's still not that great, right? So even if things like, even if your steerings are great and they give you AmuLIT plus plus Bounce Line, which is probably the best hits that you can get, it's still a very slow hand regardless. So you can do a lot better on 6. So it's definitely a mulligan. I do agree that if you're already down to 6 or maybe 5, that's probably a sketchy keep, but it's definitely a mulligan on 7. Okay, yeah, we're shipping this, and we're keeping this one. Bottom cut. No, actually, I think I'm gonna bottom battlements. It is an untapped source, however. Could just be Vestige. Yeah, actually, let's bottom Vestige here. Because we can sequence our lands in such a way that we're not gonna need, like, we already have a green source and we already have a second blue as well. Triumph actually looking pretty solid here. Talented co-host has spoken. The hand has been deemed bad at a 7. Yeah, if it is exactly the cards that you said, Jack, then yes, I would ship that. Is this the matchup where speed matters the least? I don't think it doesn't matter at all. Yeah, so the thing with Gracer is that it's Liliana fodder, and that actually matters quite a bit. So it's not so much about, like, I'd rather cut the simians, right? Things are not looking. Yeah, that's the recipe. That is how John beats us. That is how John beats us. Okay, we don't have a hand anymore. All I need to look this up is just one piece of interaction, and I think we're gonna be dead. Not the Thoughtseize. I don't really care too much about the Thoughtseize. It's not like I expected this pack to resolve anyway, right? But if they have like one Pillage / Ashiok, Fulminator Mage, any of those cards that John very often plays, if they have any of those, just a single copy of any of them, that's probably going to be enough for us to lose the game. Maybe even... Okay, that's not the worst, actually. Oddly enough, that's not the worst. What was I saying? I was saying something. Alright, maybe it was not that important. Go, oops, I put a bit too much gas into it. Oh yeah. Classic AmuLIT lighting up the campfire. Oh yeah, that's great for us. And this is why I wanted to keep a second copy of Field in my deck, but that's like one trophy that's out of my opponent's hand. Well, I guess they found the second one, but yeah, I mean, we're still looking for the same cards here. Second Bob. Alright, explosives off the top one time. Let's do it. Or that one. Or that one. So I can force the trophy on the Simic Growth Chamber. And I can transmute this to Lario West into Castle Garenbrig. Alternatively, I can Pact for Tracker. I think I'm gonna go for that actually. This line loses to... Huh. Could also Pact for Dryad. No, let's actually go for Tracker. This line loses to Pillage or Fulminator. I think that's okay. Or I could just use Simic Growth Chamber. It's probably better. Yeah, so let's just play the Growth Chamber here. We're not going to be able to crack Clue, but that's fine, because we're going to be able to play around Trophy. No, I guess that we do lose to... So we still lose to Pillage or Fulminator. That's fine. Guess we're not losing to Fulminator. Ah, classic. Classic Assassin's Trophy. Ah, classic Assassin's Trophy.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Do we just kill their bobs? I mean, their bobs are doing work. It's really funny that they actually just drew a bunch of they just drew a bunch of peatlands, so the bobs, like the bob damage actually does matter, which often doesn't. So it's really funny how this worked out. I'm considering whether to bog them or to just play the T-West. Bog plays nicely around. I think I'm just gonna bog them. Opponents on 7? Yeah, I mean, we don't know my opponent is a he. I assume that it's Santi, which is short for Santiago, which is a Spanish man name, but still could be a woman. Alright, what will we draw? Lightning Bolt and Raging Ravine. We might be getting to the point where my opponent needs to speed up the clock, so they might just bolt my Grazer. Santiago is a place, that's also true. Did I forget to pay the back trigger? No, I did not. Santiago, okay, that's actually good for them. We're gonna get to gain 2 life. So if we draw a Titan, we win very, very easily. But now we're running out of time. So because of that, T-West. Alright. So we're on the Bob game plan. That's why I got the Bojuka Bog back, because I can force my, like, if they want to actually eat the stuff with the ooze, they have to do it right now, main phase. On a 3. This is 4 up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's not enough. They have a land. They can't fetch and shock. So that's also hilarious. They're kind of stuck on mana. So they might need to spend, yeah, they might need to like time walk themselves here. Wimiana doesn't do anything. Yeah, I mean, I guess that they didn't want to lose to going down to 1. Like they would have gone down to 4, right? And I guess they would have stayed on the same life total. Yeah. They just Pepega a little bit. It doesn't matter because we lose. So they didn't get punished. So I'm just gonna bog myself, and I'm gonna hope that they die of their Bob triggers, because that's my up. LOL. Any cost, chat. Any cost. Good old bug myself, so you can't gain life with scavenging ooze. Good stuff. Good stuff. Was it like being this good at Magic? Not gonna lie, it's pretty great. Okay, we're on the draw. Okay. So I guess we lead on Breeding Pool. Still don't know what we're getting paid against. I have to assume that this is Druid, which is an awful, awful matchup for us. Spellsky. Well, we can beat Spellsky. I'll tell you that much. Okay, so any untap land, and we have a Titan next turn, which is pretty sick. So any untap land, and we're gonna get to Titan next turn, which is great. And if we draw any land, well, I guess they have the Skite, so it doesn't really matter. Any untap land or Simeon, that's true. That's actually true. Okay, so they're down to one card. Man, I really am the unluckiest, aren't I? I really am the unluckiest. Okay. So they need to have exactly like the infinite mana combo and a payoff. Yeah, I'm lucky. So I guess we're gonna have lethal next turn regardless. Probably should have played this. That doesn't really matter. So I want to maximize on Valakut triggers for next turn. So I'm gonna get Windswept Heath and a Growth Chamber. They have nothing worth exiling in their graveyard. I guess I could get Handward Battlements so I can haste the other Titan next turn. Sure. So next turn, I think my opponent should be dead. So we have to dodge this turn, and they have... So they need to have exactly Vizier plus payoff. Alright, so now we can't lose. Winning game 1 against Druid doesn't happen often. So... Six. Boom, boom, boom. Salty Boy 03. That was just eating. Surprise me, Salty Boy. Thank you so much for the T1 sub. Welcome for the 3rd month in a row. Appreciate it. so what we're doing here is probably gonna redirect this kite. Now we pay all the manuses. Now we get bounce land plus vestige. So semi-ghost chamber plus crumbling vestige. Bounce land bounces battlements. We get a couple of triggers. We replay battlement for our land for as our land for turn. We get make red off the vestige. Haste the second Titan attack for very lethal. Okay. Well, this matchup does not look good at all, doesn't it? This matchup does not look good at all. No dismember. We have triple fire spout, so it's not that bad. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like probably Simeon allowing us to like turn 2 fire spout and stuff like that might matter. And I think we keep Gracers instead of Explore. Ugh. I'm not sure actually. We're definitely cutting the empaths because like 1 Titan is gonna be enough to win. Do you remember the initial reason was playing AmuLIT decks? Yes, to cheat. I actually started the stream by telling that story. I started the stream by telling that story, which is hilarious. Opponent kept 7. But if we find a bounce land, we actually have a shot. But we kind of have to find a bounce land on the top of our deck right now. Or Spellskite. Melikar, thank you for the follow. That's not a good draw. Yeah, his name was Steven Speck. No, like actually palming 7. Oh. Well, out of all the things that I did not expect my opponent to see from my opponent's deck, that's probably pretty high up the list there. Lightning Greaves. Alright. Well, these guys are coming on the next one. Alright, so Bounce Land probably wins the game. Wait, does it? So I'm gonna have to kill this Spellskite before I get to win. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, thank you for that follow, McWinsauce. Appreciate it. And Melikar, I think I missed your follow. Okay. This is a number, right? This is straight up a number, if I'm not mistaken. So if I beast within the Karn, and my opponent can pay mana, but they don't get anything? Is that right? Follower only chat makes it hard to lurk and shitpost. I'm sorry. Queen sauce. My bad. I'm really sorry that your lurking and shitpost capabilities have gone down. One mana short, baby. 1 mana short. At least a fortunate chump, obviously. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty dead here, but Spell has to be a legal target to redirect Todo. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so they do have Ballista. Well, that was interesting. I was not expecting the Great Creator to make an appearance there. I'll tell you that much. So Relic, probably unnecessary. Still like the spouts. We might want to cut the Azusa. This hand doesn't do anything. This hand has a bunch of far spouts that I can cast. And this hand is actually not bad. So we're bottoming the monkey, and there's no way I'm bottoming the amulet, right? So we bottom monkey and we bottom... We're both on 5. I think we bottom a land, actually. Yeah, it's just bounce is so good off the top. Like, if we rip a bounce here, I think that we win the game. Almost regardless of what my opponent does. I think that if we rip a bounce here, we win. Sick. Alright, so I guess that the only out that they have is Force of Vigor. If they have Force of Vigor, we might be in trouble. All right. Looking all right here. And I think we just go for it, right? Yeah, I think we go for it. Even if they have Path, we get like two Dryad activations every turn because of the bounce land, so potentially 3. And even even if they have path, it doesn't matter too much. Two and oh, baby. Easy game, easy life. Don't freak out, Chad. I'm back. Don't miss me so much. Well, yes. Weird hand. Weird ass hand. So this is a turn 3 Titan? Titan? No, turn 4. Turn 4 Titan. Yeah, turn 4 Titan. Uh-oh. So this is either very good news or very bad news, and there's basically no in between. What's very good news though is Andrea keeping the memes going. Hell yeah, Andrea. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold, my friend. Thank you so much for the continued support. 14 months it's been now. It's so sick. Okay. Timur Vine or something? It is Dredge. Okay. I mean, this is a sick start. Completely sick start from opponent. Let's see if it gets them there. Alright, so they only gotta chill. Okay, 1 minute short. So we block this turn and we Titan next. It's gonna be a lot of self-milling there. Bachi971, thank you for that follow. So here comes the Ox. Alright, so they milled all 4 chills. They got all 4 amoebas. It's turn 3 and they milled 50 cards. That's pretty impressive. It is pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, they don't have a kill. It's still pretty impressive. Stronghold would certainly be pretty great here. I'm gonna tell you that much. Because Stronghold allows me to, for the prime time, to play both offense and defense. I think I'm dead. We're going to need another green source. So we play land, that's 3, up to 2, that's 5. So we're gonna get 2 Zombos. We get 2 Zombos. And I guess we can hardcast a monkey. All right, so I think I'm just gonna try to do the best thing that I can do here, which I think it's going to be to do this, bounce here. Now we're gonna Grazer, Valakut. I guess we cannot cast the monkey, actually. We need the monkey mana. We could Triumph. Triumph plus Battlements. And then an attack trigger. No, we have to exile the monkey. Probably gaining 2 life is better because we're gonna have enough. Yeah, so we do this. Battlement sucking ass here. We're still dead, I think. I guess depending on... No, we're still dead. Because they have all the Narcos. Yeah, so I think we might still be dead. Yeah, we're actually just ops. If this had been an Azusa, maybe. If this had been a Dryad, maybe, actually. If this had been a Stronghold, we might have been able to survive. Because we would have been able to block one more creature. So Battlements literally just cost me that game because the Titan could not block. Feels bad, man. I guess I actually do like Fire Spout against this version of the deck. Sure. Winning by timeout is so lame that it should not exist in Magic, and enjoying winning this way. Enjoying winning this one is very sad. I mean, it's one of the rules of the game, right? If people enjoy winning, it's not cheating. That's the most important thing. And if it's not cheating, then it's okay. Turn 1 Crabbo. So any green source here is... Ooh. Okay. It's not a green source. I guess I'll take it. Actually, no, this was a terrible draw because now we're not going to be able to bog off the Titan. So if my opponent does something pretty broken, then and we're forced to bog, that means that we're going to time walk ourselves unless we draw our one of Simian Spirit Guide. So yeah, that's not good. Oh, they also play Glimpse? Damn, son. Okay. Oh, sweet. I guess that also does it. Nice. Opponent concedes! The 1-2 punch! The 1-2 punch. Got him. So we're on the draw. I want to keep 7. Yeah, I think we're gonna ship this. This looks better. Let's keep, and we're gonna bottom Reading Pool. Bottom this. 104.3A exactly. I think yeah, I'm gonna vote on the forest actually, because the pool allows me to, thanks to the vestige, to transmute if I find T-West. I need to go with land or something. Forest would have been better to Thoughtseize. Are they really playing 4 colors? Wow. 4-color Dredge. Damn. This shows my opponent more information, but I think it's actually correct, because if I draw a Tolerate West, I would like to transmit it this turn, so I can go get a Castle or a Pact for Dryad. It's not the worst. Don't care too much about the 1/1. Oh, sick! That is fucking sick. So sick. Psycho sick. Psycho sick. Four-color Dredge. Good job, opponents, stacking their triggers properly. Stinky. We're gonna need something really good here. Another Thoughtseize would be problematic. Blood Moon, all of that, any of that nonsense would be problematic, of course, as well. Have a fetch. I'll block. Alright. Let's play this. Let's play Green Pact. Prime time. Alright. Did 5-2 Legacy Challenge with your favorite deck Neoran and tweeted about it, and a lot of people saw it and got retweeted by Neoran players. How do you feel about that? At least for some time, Neoran will lead model leagues for Legacy leagues. That's gonna be sick. Thank you, Bananolov. You're doing honest work. And Ona plus Ving, thank you for the follow. How is the John matchup for this deck? For AmuLIT? Or what are you talking about? Empty more? Because if you're talking about this deck, then it's very good. I don't know if very good, but it's good. Oh, the John Shadow. Oh no, that one's bad. That single word difference take the matchup from good to bad, just like that. Nowadays, control player play Udo, control player win. Yep, that sounds accurate. Oh, monkey. So we have turn 3 hardcast Simian Spirit Guide. Alright. What am I supposed to bottom here? Probably the bounce. Reed Duke roasted in the CT. Oh yeah, I saw the clip. It's priceless. It was so good. I love how Reed will just sometimes throw those like very smooth daggers just like that. It's hilarious. He's such a straight up guy, and then all of a sudden he's just like, boom, get got. It's pretty sweet. So we're playing against Tron, which is fine. So unless they have the Natty Tron, we should be fine here. And they need exactly the turn 3 Tron this very turn, otherwise they die. So if they don't have this member, we should be good here. They don't seem to have this member. Alright, so they have the turn 3 Tron, and now they need to have exactly Thought-Knot Seer. And they have exactly Thought-Knot Seer. Okay, we keep on playing. And we can draw another Titan or another Fierce Empath, and we still win here. That one doesn't count. Alright, so my opponent had exactly what they needed to not die, but at the same time, that's all they had, apparently. So, maybe we have a shot here? That's 12 mana. That's a lot of mana. Well, that's fucked up. We can still beat that thanks to Cavern. Also, we can just naturally draw a Valakut. That would also be okay. Hehe. Yeah, I guess we have to play it out. This is bad in the face of Tech Edge, but it's what it is. Okay, so they're gonna get the Titan. And they can cast it this turn. Okay. That's fine. Field, Beast Within, Tracker. Force Baloth, cut some pacts, cut Bog. Cut Monkeys. Xerxes with a tier 1 sub. Welcome back for the full year. The full year. Thank you so much, Xerxes. An entire year of support. Much appreciated. So this hand doesn't do anything. It's missing the Titan, and it's also missing the mana to cast the Titan, so... this hand is a lot better, I think. It's still not great, but I think I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna bottom the Empath. Opponent kept 7 again. So I'm expecting they are gonna have a solid opener. Alexa666, thank you for the follow. Charles for 0. We don't care. Only one force? Yes, only one force. I guess it's better to do this. So I assume that my opponent has the Natty Tron again, right? This Chalice doesn't matter too much. Maybe I shouldn't even be casting this Rex Sage right here. Wish we had kept Empath now. There it is. You wanted it, you got it. Multiple Dryads gives us multiple land drops, or always just extra 1? It gives you multiple land drops as long as you have them in play. Actually, last game was a good example. So basically the way that it works is I play my Dryad, my opponent, I make my second land drop, my opponent kills my first Dryad in response, for example. And then what would happen is if I play the second Dryad, then I'm not gonna get any extra land drops because I already made my extra land drops, if that makes sense. At any point, you need to look at how many land drops have I made this turn so far, and then you compare that to how many extra land drops you have. So I would be looking at my second Dryad was resolved, but my first Dryad died. So I would be looking at, okay, so I can make one extra land drop this turn, but I already made 2 land drops, so I already used up my extra land drops. That's kind of the way that you should visualize that. I think I'm actually gonna keep this hand. Like, we don't care about Chalice because we have the Force. Even if they do Chalice at 0, we have something to pitch to for. So, and we have both AmuLIT and Dryad and the Titan. Put him to 6. Untap land would be sick. So sick. Never lucky. If they play a Chalice on 1, I think I'm just forcing it, actually. Should I play the Vestige? Yeah, I should, because I can draw another bounce land next turn, and I would like to make all my land drops to have guaranteed Titan mana on the following turn. Let's say turn 3 Tron. Let's see what they got. Eugene. We can very easily beat this. Any land would have been great there. Shit. So we're 1 mana off. But I still think I need to play the Dryad. I still think we need to play the Dryad here to force my opponent's Ugin's minus, but I'm not gonna bounce the Vestige. I'm gonna hold the bounce land in hand. Which is bad, but it kinda is what I have to do here. Titan number 3, let's go. Are we off green white vial already? You clearly are new to the stream, Safer. You clearly are new to the stream. No. But I have a podcast, which you might know about. And actually a friend of the podcast by the name of doesn't really matter, by the name of Big JC. Top-aided last weekend's challenge with this list, so I'm playing it because I play AmuLIT decks on this stream. I think I'm gonna force Ballista just yet. Alright, so we're gonna be forcing Ballista next turn. But I'm gonna see if I can make my opponent sink in their mana into this Ballista. So I'm gonna force pitching Prime Time, blow up Ballista, and then we can Pact for Azusa and have enough mana to do everything. I'm gonna take 6 here. This is fine. Yeah, you already know. I try new things all the time. Might be able to get a 2-for-1 here. So if they have this member, they have this member. That would suck, but... Our mana situation is not the sexiest. Tension Shimmer can no longer activate AmuLIT. Oh no, this happens all the time. That sucks. Okay. Does that change anything? Not really. So we die to Dismember. That's the name of the game here. And drop number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What am I doing with this Gracer is the question. Once again, Battlements sucking ass. Once again, Battlements sucking ass completely. Trying to think if I'm going to be using the extra mana from the Gracer. I guess we can transmute. You can use the red from Hasting Titan. Yes, but I'm trying to think if I'm going to be using the mana for something else. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I think I'm going after the Karn. I think I'm not going to be using the mana. Try on Battlements. I hate Battlements so much. Such a bad card. Such an absolutely awful card. So second field plus Simic Growth. And then we can transmute this turn. Sounds not bad. So we die to all this dust. I guess we can't transmute this turn, I miscounted. And I think we have to do this because I don't want to die to like a Deck Edge or second card, the Great Creator. Okay, Karn, what you got? Another Ballista, probably. Although I think that second Ballista would have been a better pickup for them last game. Last turn, sorry. It was definitely better than the Worm Coil. Interesting game. I guess it depends on my opponent's list, like what their options really are. Without knowing their list, I kind of have no idea what they can do or they cannot. Like, I'm assuming that they're playing a stock list, so they should have a Walking Ballista in the side. Yesterday I tried my last list. It went 3-2 because I bounced a lot. Yeah, it happens. Are you talking about Titan Vial or are you talking about my latest AmuLIT list? It's funny how in this league we actually had two different instances, two separate instances where Stronghold would have been almost strictly better than Balance in the same league, which is funny. Can't they turn my lands to artifacts? Yes, they can. But I can float mana in response, so I don't die to my own pact. So best draw step here is probably a bounce land. Probably a bounce land. Chalice for 0. Well, that's really good for them. That really limits my outs. Oh my god. My opponent is an absolute top deck god. Holy shit. Opponent, how does it feel to be that good? That's kind of insane. They should have definitely got encoding going there. That was a mistake. That was certainly a mistake. Weird game, they played 0 Eldrazi so far. Yeah, well, this is the really powerful aspect, right? My opponent went turn 3 Tron into all of this stuff. But we're still in this game. Because they have been a little bit weird about their plays, really. So Dryad, Radiant Fountain. So we can't cast Titan this turn with this mana. Their last card in hand is the Tectonic Edge. Every time I drew Captain, I would have preferred it with something else, but probably only if it matches. Oh yeah, no, it's definitely a testing. It's definitely a flex slot. Just testing a flex slot there. It's very, very likely that just playing the third copy of that Armor Skull is better. But I just wanted to try out Ranger Captain, kind of to see what's up. What's a record 3-0 right now? Okay. They're gonna tap out of deck edge. Please let me punish them. Please let me punish them, deck. Please let me punish them. Please let me punish them. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Let me punish them. Yeah, if we top deck Dryad, we win. My opponent had the perfect hand though, right? Like they used every single hand, and every single card in their hand actually mattered. They used every single card, I meant to say. Like their Ugin mattered, their Karn mattered because it killed my Triad. Otherwise, this game would have been very easily won. The second Karn mattered because it would have been able to very easily beat the first one. The Chalison's Hero mattered. Snare Bridge kind of mattered, like the Tectonic Edge. So if they play perfectly, they cannot lose. And yet somehow they played quite poorly. If instead of minusing for Wormcoil, they had minus for Liquid Metal Coating, I had no shot whatsoever at winning this game. Oh, they top decked the Ballista. Okay, so I think we don't have any more outs now. I think that we have no more outs. I think we have no more outs. Now they go for coding. Wow, they even let me untap. Yeah. But we cannot punish them. And at this point, it's just irrelevant, right? Like they just have the Ballista for the Dryad, so it just doesn't matter anymore. Feels bad. Feels bad losing to my opponent having the nuts. Both games, my opponent just had perfect draws. And there not too much that what I did is really mattered. It isn't really they have to say, yeah, that's exactly what I said, Leviathan. That is exactly what I said. Alright, let's see if we can do like the back-to-back 4-1. Go back to the classic 80% lifestyle, you know? Oh, you were talking to Dennis about the clock. Oh yeah, no, we were not gonna lie. They had 12 minutes. They had 12 minutes. They were not timing out. I can confirm that. If I had any untap land in that hand, I would have kept. Ugh, these hands are shit. Okay, this goes, and this goes. Basic Plains Mishra's Bubble. Sigarda's Aid. Okay. There's the hammer. So I'm just dead here? Haspering guy being good? Not really. Not really. It's been kind of weird, honestly. "15 months of degeneracy." Here's the 15 more. Jose. You see, I've been practicing pronouncing your last name. Your name. Do you see that? Jose. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold, my friend. Thorn of Wrath with the raid. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody from Thorn of Wrath stream. Thank you for minusing Ashiok against me, because you allowed me to illustrate a very, very important point to chat, which is never minus Ashiok. Unless you know that you're getting value. Like for example, you gusted your opponent's Titan and you don't want them to draw it again. That's fine. You should definitely minus Ashiok then. But just because you can is not a good enough reason to minus Ashiok. It has way more value on the board than the -4. Not a smart man. That's okay. That's what I'm here for. I don't only teach my fellow AmuLIT aficionados how to play AmuLIT. I also teach my kind opponents how to beat AmuLIT. And that's okay. That's what we do in this channel. We teach. We teach and we learn. Those are the things that we do in this channel. Okay, so what do we got here? Turn 1 Gracer. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're still missing a green source in order to turn 3 a Titan. This is probably close enough though. And we're playing against mono white, so I'm just not gonna take the damage. I'm just gonna name Beast here. I'm gonna get some value this way. Like the color of mana doesn't matter. We already have 2 green sources to cast Titan without any wrap as well. Someone said I should learn John, I'm a boomer. That's fine, my friend. That's how we do it. Yeah, but one of the things about learning, new decks is to learn the important interactions, or like the interactions that happen and the ones that matter. And yeah, like the way to beat AmuLIT is by making sure that your Ashiok stays on board. Interesting. So that allows me to Titan next turn. So that's cool. But yeah, I could not care less about you minusing. Like you can get really lucky and like activate a couple of minuses and like exile all of my everything, I guess, that matters, but it's not very, very likely, and you get a lot more value by making sure that your Ashiok doesn't die. It's your favorite conversation, Nova. What if you feel like your best line involves getting lucky and hitting Field of Dead or Garrison or one of those one-offs in the deck? Is minusing Ashiok maybe more relevant in such a situation, or is the odds of that being relevant too slow? Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on your game plan, but like chances are that the Ashiok remaining in play is going to be a lot better for your chances of winning. To help your chances of winning, I guess is what I wanted to say. Alright, Monkey's doing stuff here. I'll tell you that much. I'm gonna do T-West and Simic Growth. Balancing T-West. Has the monkey felt nice? Not really. It's felt super medium. It's been sweet for you? Yeah, interesting. No, it's been just medium for me. It hasn't been awful, if that helps. Like, I haven't hated it. I haven't liked it either, though. It's redundant T-West. So let's do Field Valakut here. Sure. There's an argument for Field... instead of Field Valakut, for Field Ghost Quarter. I think Field Valakut's gonna be better. Yeah, batter's cool, does not matter. The monkey's super cool to play. Yeah, sure. If you're into hard casting monkeys, who am I to stop you? If you wanna leave the monkey lifestyle, go nuts. Yeah, this is what I'm usually worried about with this deck. You know, it's just like when you hit your fail rate, it's just like, what the hell are you even doing? Like, what the hell is my opponent even doing here, right? What the hell are they even doing? Summon respect. Cast summon respect. Dryad 2, 3. Cast my Dryad. In case you're wondering, opponent, yes, you're about to die. Valakut. Stoneforge for value. Maybe they will have Path, but if they Path the Dryad, that means that they don't Path the Prime Time, so we can always just transmute for another Dryad next turn. Right, so now that my opponent tapped out and we're good, we know that this is good to go. We can just kill them. Attack with Sumbos for value, of course. It's not going to matter though. Didn't even know that deck plays Gingerbrute. Oh yeah. I don't think. Yeah, I guess that it's a quote unquote unblockable threat. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't seem great, I'll tell you that much, but should I have Fire Spout in this matchup? I don't even know if I should have Fire Spout. Maybe I should, huh? Should I have the Spout? I think I like Explosives better than Spout. But should I have Spout? It's an interesting question. Is it a break from Titanfall or just a scale up? Well, yesterday this list top 8'd this past weekend's challenge, and tomorrow we're gonna interview Big JC in the Titan Talk podcast. I guess we're not gonna interview him. We're just gonna, he's just gonna be a part of the podcast. He's gonna be a guest, and I wanted to, play a couple of matches with the list, kind of to see what's up. I'm not sure about these two at all. Just wanna point that out. But what my opponent's playing is not really a deck. Like, it's not really a tier deck. So I think I faced this matchup like 2 or 3 times tops. Brutal. They kept 7. Yeah. Lot better. Yeah, keep this. Probably. Oof. Well, this one is tough. All right, chat. This one is really tough. We move to 6. We have to bottom something. What do we bottom? Is Titan Talk going to be able to Spotify at any point? We're looking into it. We're looking into it. Yeah. You see that 5-0 list that looks like Titan Vial, but without Vial. But yeah, I saw it. It's basically like a middle of the ground between like a Ren Memes, another Bromine, and Titan Vial. But I think I like Titan Vial rather than that. So let's go over the different alternatives. Number 1, redundant bounce land. If we bottom redundant bounce land, that means that we can't pact for anything because we are going to need to hit another bounce land or multiple land drops in order to develop our game plan. So if I bottom the redundant bounce land, we really do fall in. We can fall into the trap of needing to draw a second bounce land off the top, or at least other lands, because we're not going to be able to develop our mana. Also, what this means is that the only way that I can use this pact is if I can Azusa. If I have 3 mana in play already, so I can Azusa. So that goes directly. These 2 cards going directly opposite ways. Like if I bottom this, then this becomes a lot worse, right? And if I bottom this, then we still have a way to ramp and we still have AmuLIT. I think I'm actually gonna bottom the Summoner's Pact. Draw plays relevant here. Yes, I think I would bottom Pact. And I say this probably both on the draw and on the play. I think it's super close. It's definitely a Keep or Mule style hand. It's definitely a Keep or Mule style hand. And I will... Honestly, I wish that I had taken a picture of that, because it was definitely an interesting one to present in the Discord. I think I'm gonna go with Pact because I'm really tempted to bottom Semi-Growth Chamber, but I think that bottoming Growth Chamber makes the Pact so much worse. The upside of keeping Pact with the chances of seeing a bounce land with 2-3 draws. Yeah, but it kind of needs to be exactly a bounce land, right? Because like normal lands don't really help me that much. Immediately rewarded. Clearly I'm a genius. Absolute master. Don't even worry about it. And that is the other thing, right? Like what are our prospect of potential draws? Like number one, we have like, I think I cut one Azusa, right? Yeah, we cut one Azusa. So this is the one of Explore. Oh. Well, I guess we just have to try it here. This is the one of Explore, but we're still drawing towards 4 Dryads, 2 Gracers, and 3 Monkeys. I didn't cite out any Monkeys, right? No. So all of those cards, drawing any of those cards immediately rewards me for the choice that I made. So I think that bottoming the Pact was just correct, because it's like it's drawing. It's drawing 4 cards versus drawing. Okay, so we might actually get comboed out here. We actually saw this in action the other day. It was pretty hilarious. Well, fuck me, I guess. Lol. I was gonna say they shouldn't equip the second one, but like whatever. That was funny. Well, we kind of have to lead on Explore and hope that we draw something. This fire spot is looking really bad. And we drew nothing, so my opponent's just gonna lethal us here on the attack. Brutal. So they need to have exactly Puresteel Paladin. And we still had a lot of draws off of that Explore. Explosives would have done it. Explosives would have been sick, actually. Explosives would have done it. An Azusa, another Dryad, any of those cards would have been fine. Gracer would have also been fine. But yeah, we're just dead now, obviously. Alright, good to know. So we do not want to be bringing in Fire Spout against the equipment deck. Particularly when on the draw. Maybe on the play it makes a little bit more sense, but on the draw I don't think that we want to bring in Fire Spout against the equipment deck. Alright, we are dead. 3-2. So we started 4-0 the previous league, lost the last match against Eldrazi, and then we started 3-0 this league, and then we lost back-to-back 1-2s against Eldrazi Tron, with my opponent having perfect hands both games 1 and 3, and then to the equipment deck, which also has some pretty nutty draws. Very interesting. All right, thoughts about this pile. Number 1, 3 caverns seems like too many. Seems like one too many, basically. As we experienced when we played against the counterspell deck, we don't lose against the counterspells. We lose against Eldrazi specifically. So, yeah. We had 2 games that we lost, where if we had had access to Stronghold, we would have been in a better spot, and we might have even been able to stabilize. So I still think the Battlements is worse than Slayer Stronghold, and every single time that I play AmuLIT and I play this card, I just get confirmed of the same thing over and over and over again. So yeah, I'm gonna continue not playing this card because it just feels worse than Stronghold so many times. What else? Besides that, the monkeys were okay. It did not necessarily feel like they were better than more 1-drops. Particularly, there were hands where I might have kept. Like I had like a Titan, a monkey, and like 5 lands. And if that would have been a 1-drop, particularly Stacy, I might have been able to keep it. And even the same thing if one of those cards were a castle. So definitely we had a couple of situations where the monkey was bad, but we also had a couple of situations where the monkey was good. Like in that very last match, we were able to cast the Titan 1 turn ahead because of the monkey itself. Why no Steerings? Because Steering sucks. If you're not playing Karn, you should not be playing Steerings basically. You're probably just better off playing more Explorers and more actual lands instead of Steerings. Okay, so that covers the monkey and the caverns. Empaths were actually not bad. I did not dislike. That's funny. I did actually like the empaths. Like even against the Tron deck, where like we basically put them in a situation where they needed to have exactly Chalice for 0 into Natural Tron on turn 3 and have exactly Thought Knot Seer, and if they didn't have every single one of those cards, we would have been able to win the game instead. They did have all of that stuff, but all of that stuff was enabled by Fierce Empath, because we didn't have Chalice, so by having we couldn't beat the Chalice, sorry. So by having access to Empath, you are basically allowing yourself to beat Chalice in game once. Or like to be Chalice more reliably, I guess it's a more accurate way of putting it. What else? No, I think that pretty much sums up my thoughts on the deck. The monkey felt kind of weird a couple of times. Definitely a little bit lackluster, but there was no situation where I was like, oh, this monkey is like absolutely terrible. When making mulligans, that was the most awkward situation for the monkey. That was definitely the most awkward situation for the monkey. And a couple of times, like one of the times I was not able to set up a field because I was forced into, like I could only have 4 lands in play. So I was not able to trigger field with the Titan trigger. Because of the monkey, but on the other hand, like the monkey sped up the Titan by a turn, so that probably should not really be considered a downside, right? Because if I didn't have the monkey and I had like a land or something instead, then I would have still been in a situation where I maybe would have not been able to cast my Titan anyway, unless I had sequenced a Grazer earlier in the game. which maybe could have happened. But yeah, that's basically how I feel about this list. It felt strong. It felt strong. It definitely did okay. It did better than I was expecting, and honestly, it did better than most of the time that I've been playing AmuLIT lately. But that kind of has to do because it has to do with the fact that we didn't really play against very many Aethergust decks, and we didn't face prowess even a single time. So that's definitely another interesting aspect of the whole thing. It's just like we did not face prowess at all. So like cyber cards like Firespout looked really bad. So I don't know about that. Like also 3 copies of Firespout does seem like it might be a little bit much. I definitely liked Second Field over Radiant Fountain better. And the 3 trackers are probably cool. We probably want to keep those 3 trackers in there. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the videos today. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. And I will see you in the next one. Take care. See you around. Check out the podcast. And yeah, see you later. Bye-bye.